Ahoy! As you can see, guys, there is a lovely blurry background behind me because I'm using fantastic Canon 85mm 1.2 lens set up to an aperture 1.2, so you can see how the video looks like with a wide open aperture on amazing lens. Anyway, today I'm going to speak about the Canon 300mm f4L non-image stabilized, which is from 1991. This particular lens is from 1994. As you can see, it has a built-in hood which comes like this, like that. It has 8 elements in 7 groups and 2 UD elements, which makes this lens very sharp, even wide open. As you can see, it's a Canon professional lens because it's a white color and it has the red ring. And why I want to talk about this lens is because you can buy it actually quite cheap today. I bought this one for like 450, which is great price. It's definitely much better than some other £1,000 lenses and 1,300 and whatever. The minimum focusing distance is unfortunately 2.5 meters. The front filter thread is 77 millimeters. The weight is 1,165 grams. Probably the only problem I see with this lens is because it's a 300mm already, that means a telelens, and it doesn't have an image stabilizer. It doesn't help a lot because it's always good to have an image stabilizer if you can afford it. Another problem is, unfortunately, this lens is much sharper than the image stabilized version. So when you buy the image stabilized version, you will have a nice sharp pictures, but if you're really looking for a great sharpness and you are willing to use a tripod as well, you will get a better sharpness from this lens. So I don't know why is it, but the f4 Canon 300mm image stabilized is not so sharp as this one on a wide open aperture, unfortunately. Another thing I don't like that much about the lens is the aberration. It has a quite big aberration. I will show you right now in the pictures what does it mean. So the aberration is this purple fringing on this white edge. So this one is aberration, these purple edges where the white is here. You can see a lot of it. My opinion is, if you want to do some little wildlife photography with a 300mm lens and you have only small budget but you want to have amazing results, this is the option. It's an amazing option, and I think you can buy it for even £380, 400 when you're lucky. And it's a Canon professional lens and the results are absolutely outstanding. I'm also going to test it out with the Canon extender EF 1.4 Mark III, which is not very cheap piece of equipment, but Mark III gives the best results. So, and that's the one I have at the moment, so I'm going to test it out with this one. Now we have here 420mm f5.6 L non-image stabilized. So let's have a look at the results. I will start with this picture, which is taken just with the lens itself, 300mm. There is no any extender. It is taken at f4 because I'm always taking pictures on wide open apertures. And you can see the sharpness is great, spot on. Everything is detailed. Even the writing, you can see the writing is great. This is very sharp here, but you can see the lens is very sharp even here. It's a very nice detail. So now I'm going to show you the picture with the 1.4 extender, also wide open, so it's going to be 420mm f5.6. So this one is picture taken from big distance. It's a 420mm f5.6, so it's a 300mm f4L lens without image stabilizer, stuck together with a Canon extender EF 1.4X Mark III, and it's a wide open aperture. And this is the sharpness. I think the sharpness is nice and decent. Even the corners are nice. Even over here. Now I'll show you 200%. Yeah, sharpness is very nice. Now I'm going to show another picture. Again, very decent sharpness. Let's check the corners. Corners are nice. So here you can see the aberration as well. This purple fringing around the white edges is also quite nice here. It's not like amazing, but it's alright. It's acceptable. So as you can see, the sharpness is very nice and decent. I think I had a better sharpness with the 300mm 2.8 and 2 teleconverter, but anyway, it's good. I like the sharpness, nothing wrong with it. I'll show another picture. On this picture I'm going to check the edge sharpness here and here. You can see the edge sharpness is alright, and that's a 5D, which is a full frame, so also here it's very nice, very sharp. So nothing wrong here, and I'm going to show you other corners. So this is another picture. I'm going to show you this corner and this corner here. It's nice and sharp on a 5D. This corner is also very nice on a 5D. So the lens is sharp everywhere, even in the corners, even wide open, which is very good. And now I'm going to show you some other pictures where I'm actually not very happy with the results, and I'm going to explain you what's happening. This is the picture taken by the river. What I really don't like about this picture is the sharpness. It was a very nice and sunny day. This bird was very contrasty because it was like a whitish bird in a like a brownish background. So the lens and the camera shouldn't have a problem to focus. But as you see, this is not a good sharpness. I really don't like it. When you check the file info, the time was 1 to 1,600th of second. So that definitely should be sharp, very sharp, and is not. So what I'm trying to say here is the lens, the 300mm lens, f4L non-image stabilized, with the Canon extender 1.4x Mark III on a 5D Mark II, and actually my 5D Mark II doesn't have any problem at all and never had before. This setup for some reason is not focusing right sometimes, even in a very nice conditions, and to be honest with you, I just don't like it, because there is no reason whatsoever that this one should happen. I'll show another picture now. So this setup sometimes gives very sharp results, and sometimes gives results that are not focused well. It has to focus 100% spot on all the time. I never had this issue with the 300mm 2.8, even with the 2 teleconverter, which was actually 600mm f5.6. Every picture was always spot on exactly and very, very sharp. I just want to show you guys that this is what can happen to you when you buy this setup, so be prepared. Here you can see how the bokeh looks like. It's good. I don't see any weird pattern there or something. The bird was probably like 2 meters away from the little tree, and on this photo was probably 75 centimeters away. This setup has a quite nice bokeh. There is nothing wrong about it. My final word about this setup is it's very nice and very sharp, because 300mm lens is a very decent lens. The problem with this setup is not sometimes focusing right, even on the sunny day. For me, the setup like this is definitely not the setup I can rely on, so it's up to you guys. The main problem I see here is the lens doesn't have an image stabilizer, so if there is not so bright day outside, you will be struggling to take really sharp pictures. Maybe you can just boost your ISO, but then you're gonna have a lot of noise in your pictures. And another problem I see is the aberration, because it's an older lens. It doesn't have such amazing coatings and everything, and that's why it shows these purple fringing around the white edges. But you can definitely fix it in a Photoshop or in some other software, so I don't see that one as a big problem. For me, always the sharpness is number one. Okay guys, hopefully you like this review. I have some other reviews coming in the near future. Just let me know your opinion. I have some more lenses. And good luck with your photography. See you next time.